I just shared the screen. Can you see the screen? Okay. See, in the last sessions we have discussed about the table tags and all. Okay, sorry I couldn't take the classes for 2 days because of some sudden call, so I couldn't take the class. So I'll take tomorrow sessions also to compensate that. So since I have taken the last Saturday, this Saturday also I'm going to take tomorrow at the same time. You can join with the same link. So we'll continue the classes today and tomorrow. Can you hear me? Can you see the screen that I have shared? Okay. So in the last class, we have seen about the table tag, how to create the table, and we also have seen like how to create the rows and columns using the table tag. Like we have seen th tag for the table heading, and we also have seen tr tags for the table row and table column data. Correct? th, and we have seen tr tag, and also we have seen td tag. These are the tags we have seen in the last session for creating the table. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about further more tags in the table tag, and we'll continue with the form tag. In the table tag, we have seen specifying the rows and columns and the table headings also. And also we have discussed about how to specify color in a particular table. Correct? In the group I have given you some small assignment to do some table tags and also on the list. Did you try the assignment, anyone? So did everyone do the assignment that has been shared in the group? Okay. So as we have discussed, good. We will see some more options in the table tab where we can specify the width and height of the table also. Like how to specify the width and how to specify the column width and the row width and height, how can we specify. And also we will be discussing about the spanning of row as well as the column. Okay, these all things we will be discussing now. So let me create one table quickly in the code. Let us create one new file. Okay. Okay, I'm just writing the html tag. So at any point of time you are not able to hear, online students, if you're not able to hear or not able to see the screen, please let me know. So we are writing the html tag, and and we are going to write everything in the body tag. So let us create one table tag here. So TH stands for the table heading. So what is the difference that we are getting with the table heading? So whatever you write in the TH tag will be automatically displayed as a heading in bold text. So that is the reason we are giving in the table tag. For example, anything whatever you want to discuss about, suppose you are want to write the student id and marks, we have given here, right? We have seen just in the table heading th you will be writing the id, and this comes with the table heading id, and one more heading tag I'm writing for the name, and you will be writing for the marks. Now one more th tag here for the marks writing. So these are like how we are specifying the table heading. Okay, now just I will just save with html and say we will improvise this code with writing with different others also. Let us save this file, save as. So whenever you want to save this, we have already seen we have to save with dot html. So you can create a folder and you can save this file. Suppose any folder on desktop, if I'm going to create, like you can select a new folder and give the folder name here. Any new folder you can create, and you can save under that with some name with .html, so that whenever you want to open, you can directly open the file in that folder, or you can run with here. We have already seen like how to install a driver, and we can save it also. Table.html I'm giving. Okay, now you can run this using the run option, or you can just run with right click and open with the browser. So now when you run this, it will run with the file. Okay, I will zoom the screen. Can you see now? Everyone, can you see the screen? Nikita and everyone, online students, can you see the screen? Okay, good. So like this we are writing, and we can run this with the browser that is there with the default browser. So it is displaying like this. So we have seen this already in the last session. Now if you want to display with the borders, so how we have given the borders here, we have given the borders like specifying border is equal to 2 or 3 pixels. Like this we have specified the border, correct? So like this we will be specifying the border now, so that you can see the table structure properly. So we are giving here like border is equal to some, you want to specify some 2 pixels or 3, whatever it is, you can give the border. Now along with this, we can also specify the width and height for the table. Suppose you want the width and height, you want to specify particular heading tag, you can specify here, or you can also specify here. Okay, now here I'm going to give like height or width, but where we have to specify that, we have to specify with the style attribute. So as we discussed, for anything we will be having the attributes. So you will be giving like style is equal to width 100%, or for the heading you want like style is equal to width 70%. Like this you can mention. So I'm writing here some style tag, style equal to, and you will be mentioning here the width equal to. Suppose you want 100%, you can give 100, or you can specify with 70 or whatever the percentage you want. Suppose I'm giving here 100%, okay, with equal to. So you can specify here colon instead of equal to. Now here in the table heading, okay, now in the table heading tag, here I'm going to specify here some style. Okay, here I'm giving the style attribute, and here also I'm giving equal to. You can specify the width or you can specify the height also, like width colon I'm giving some 60% or 70 percentage, whatever you like. So now you will be giving like this, and let us resave this and run the page. Before that, I would like to add some more rows also for it, like tr tag and td tags with the data. So we are writing the tr tag, and in this tr tag, in the first row we are writing the table column td, like id whatever we have given here. First one is id, so let us mention the id as one, and one more td tag for the row, and here the name. So whatever the name you want to specify, suppose I'm giving here Likitha, and then one more td tag for what is this, for the marks. So here you will mentioning the marks, td marks. Suppose I'm giving the marks as some 76. So here we have created one row. Now let us go back and run this. I'll just refresh this now. See, we are getting here ID, name, and marks. If you observe, see the width that is created here, it is very big. So, how much ever width you give, the width is given like this. And if you want to specify the height, that also you can specify here along with the width. Suppose here you want to give the height instead of the width. I'm just, you can specify both anyway, but I'm just specifying the width and height. Now once again run this. So you can see the width has been reduced and the height is changed. You want to change the height to 100% or anything. Okay, it will be increased a little. So based upon the width and height, you can change the settings. Understood? Now we have seen for applying the table tag, the style attribute with giving the width and height. Now let us insert few more rows and apply the column span and the row span for this table. So I will quickly create some more rows. So here I will change the value to 2, and I can give some name, marks some 55, and here table data first, column value id is 3, and the name you can give here some other name, and the marks like this you will be given. Okay, now we have changed we have created 3 rows with the data. So we have got this data. So this also I will zoom it so that you can see. Okay, this is the value we have given for the table. So width I have given complete table 100%, so it is complete page, it is displaying complete the table. If you give change with different width, suppose I'm giving here only 70%, or you can give 70 pixels. Now it will be reduced a little. Okay, so here if you want to give in the body tag some title to this. So H3, I'm giving like student details. If you want to give as a heading, we'll use the H3, and I'm writing here student details. And here H3 align equal to center. So like this you can specify. Okay, in the center H3 heading. Now I'm again executing this. Okay, now why we require spanning and what is the spanning, let us understand that concept. Okay, so along with the headings. So here spanning means what? So here we are creating the table for the ID, name and marks. See, name, when you're talking for the name, there can be two things. Correct? When you're talking about the name, there can be two things in the name. That is first name and last name. Correct? For everything we have, for every person name, you can have first name and last name. So you want in the name as single column here when you see, but this should be divided into two subcolumns. So that is what is called spanning. The name should be in the single column, but under the name only this particular has to be subdivided into again two particular columns. And first name and second name should be combinedly given a heading as name. Okay, that is called as spanning. Okay, so either you can do the spanning to the row or column, that depends upon the condition. Okay, so you can do that spanning. Now I can show you some example picture on the spanning. Okay, so I will show a picture like this so that you will have an idea. So here you can see the picture. Here, see, like the student marks completely we got as a heading and name marks. So again it is subdivided into some other. Again one more picture, if you see here, I'm just zooming and showing you. Here you can see here. This is like row span. Like you are having this row, again it is spanned into two. Either this you can do with the row or we can do with the column. So for this we are going to use the attribute called column span or row span. So you can use for column, you can use column span, and if you want for the row you will be using the attribute called row span. And how many columns you want, ma'am? Either I can only span for two or three. No, you can also span anyway for any number of columns, three or four or five. It depends on the requirement. Okay, it depends upon the requirement. You can span the number of rows and columns. That's our wish. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, TD abbreviation is table data. Okay, TR means table row. Shiva, is it clear? Like TH is for table heading, TR is for table row, and TD is for the table data. Okay, so about the column span and row span, you are asking me to repeat, or about the TD? TD is for table data. Yes, I will repeat it. Column span I will show with the example also, so you will be understanding. Okay, I'll show first how we are going to write it, and once again with the example, and I'll explain that. Okay. See here, now we are writing the heading name, marks and ID. Now this table heading name, you want to span it into two separate columns again. One is for the first name and the last name. So let us see how to do that spanning. Okay, and I will show with the example and explain you again. Okay, based upon the requirement. So here for the table heading, you will be giving like column span is equal to 2. Okay, let us mention this. For the table heading, you have given style and everything as 100%. Along with this, you are going to mention like column span equal to 2. Like I am writing here column span equal to 2. Now you can see the output. So how it is getting? I'll show that, and later we can add the data. Okay, this is the table picture. Right now I'm adding this. sorry, I have given for id. This should be, we want it for the name, right? So let us give for the name. Okay, like th column span equal to 2. Okay, now the data also has to be changed because it won't look properly. Now let us see how it looks, then we will be adding the data. See here, name is spanned into two columns again, but the data also has to be entered in the same way. Okay, so let us see how to enter the data to look proper. Now if you observe the table name, in this the name column has been again subdivided into two columns, and marks is again separate column. Because I have given column span equal to 2, this has been divided into two columns. Okay, data is like td you are giving and you are entering. So here also I have to enter one more column value for the first name and last name, and then continue for the marks. Okay, let us see how to do that. Okay, let us open the code here in the columns one. First one is for the name ID. Again, I am giving here TD, and again I will give one more TD tag here, and I will mention here some name here. So as the surname, first name and last name. Again for the second row tr, again I'm writing one more td tag. Okay, here if you observe here, td is, this is for the id, this is for the name. Again this name is divided into two sub columns, right? One is for the first name we are assuming, and the second is for the last name. So you can write here the last name, some other name. And again let us go back here, and here also let us write one more td tag and mention here like td, and here you will be writing one more name like this. Okay, so now I'm going to save this. Let us go back here and run this again. If you observe here like id, name, again in the name you are having here two things. One is for the first name and the last name, and then the marks. Got it? So this is the column span. Here what we have given, I'll once open the code and explain you again. See, first we have given here the table tag, and the border is to style width, these all you know. And in the th tag we have given style height is 100%. Now for the name we want to divide it, the column into again two sub columns. If you want three you can give three, but as of now I want the name to be divided into three sub columns. Okay, one is for the first name and other is for the last name. So I'm giving the column span equal to 2. Again the marks. Here when you're writing the data also you have to follow the structure like ID. First column is what? ID. So I have given ID. And the second one is name. But here we have given name as two sub columns. So I'm giving two names. This is for the first name, last name. And again the last TD is for what? Marks. We are giving marks. So how many ever rows are there? All the three rows I have updated with this columns. Is it clear now? Once again I'll show you the output. It will come like this. Is it clear? అందరికి అర్థమైందా అండి? ఆన్లైన్ స్టూడెంట్స్. Anusha, is it clear? Yes, okay. Online students, is it clear everyone about how we are doing the column span? Okay, good. Okay. So, okay, there is some issue with the camera of my laptop, so I couldn't on that. By tomorrow, I'll solve it. Tomorrow session, I'll try to on the camera also, solve that issue. Okay, fine. So now here we want like some more columns to be added here. Okay, here we have given for the table id, name and marks. Let us say the marks have three sub columns, like let us say computers, math, science, like this. They may have so many subjects, right? So I want this marks to be divided into three sub columns. So I am giving here column span equal to 3. Okay, column span equal to 3. Now I'm saving this. I'll go back here to the browser and run this again. Now see here how it came, how it will be coming. Okay, I think I did not save this updation. Let me go back here. Column span is equal to 3. Now I have to save with Control S and then go back to the browser. Just refresh the page. Okay, any closing problem? Let me save this. Okay, let's check here. Any columns closing has to be done. Okay, there is some issue with the browser. Let us check here. Okay, I have to close this th properly. The last tag, it is some extra thing closed. Didn't close it properly. So this. Okay. Okay, the open browser extension was not there. Let us just install this thing also. So those have not seen, see, if you want to install any file in this, you can go for the installation in the extensions and then click on this open in browser and you can install that, so that you can directly install it, run from the file. Okay, it is installing. Same thing, instead of the column span, if you are giving here the row span, then it will be dividing the rows into 2 or 3, whatever the spanning, how many ever columns you want, you can divide into that. And in the rows also you can display. Okay, now it has been installed. Okay, go down, open in the default browser. I just checked whether it got installed or not. So you can. So once again, I'm telling, see, if you want to do anything, you can select the browser that is available here. For installing anything, any additional tool for you, you have to go to the extensions and type here, like I'm using now open in browser, so that without going to the browser, from here itself you can select that and run. So it will open in the default browser, or it will ask you in which browser you want to open it. So it will be opening in that. Okay, I can zoom that so you can see this. Same thing, if I'm giving in the rowspan, let us check how it will come with the rowspan for the table heading or anything. Okay, okay, I think I have, okay, we have closed it. So here, let me give here the instead of column span, we'll giving row span here, so that it will execute and display with the rows. Rows will be divided into two. Like if you're giving as two, here you will be getting the row span as two rows. Somewhere something happened with the browser here. It's asking translate or something. Okay, I'll open another browser. Let us save this and run. When you make the modifications, please try to save this. Okay, so there was spanning done. Some saving issue was there, so it has not done properly. So when you're spanning with the rows, you will be getting the row span into two types. Now this is not looking properly because we have not done the spanning properly. Now let us change this to the column span back. So when you want column span, you have to mention the column span only, then you will be getting there properly. Okay, I'm just checking with Mozilla. So now you are getting like this. Now let us give further marks also, like you want in the 3 marks or whatever you want to specify here. So now we are giving here column span equal to, in double quotes, we will be mentioning 3. Okay, and also let us add the marks here. See, now when you're getting 3 columns here, So first one, for the first ID you are giving one, name as Likita, and one more column for the marks you are giving here. Again here name you are adding two times, first name, last name. Now how many columns we have to add here? Already for one column we have given 76, and for the remaining again you have to add two more TD tags, like three subject marks, like for the computers, math, science, like this. So I'm giving here 55, and also I will give one more column here, TD tag, like I'll mention here, and I will be giving like 66, something like this. Okay, now this is for the three columns you will get. So let us update this for the three rows. So first column, for the first mark you have given 55, and for the second one 77, and the third column you will be giving height TD like 99, like this you can specify. Okay, one more row, last final row, we will be giving the value TD tag, and here you will be mentioning some 77, and one more column tag TD, and here you will be giving some 55. So these are the things. Okay, we will save this file. You can just save this and right click on this, open with the browser. So if you observe here, I'll just zoom it. Previously there was some issue with the browser, so I couldn't load it. So now see here, name is spanned into two columns we are getting here. Again I have spanned the marks in three columns, like 76, 55, like this. So three subject marks have been issued. So like this you can span with any number of columns. Okay, is it clear now everyone? అర్థమైందా అండి? Okay, what is the use of cell spacing and cell padding? Yeah, once again I have done in the last session. Once again I'll repeat it after this. So now did you understand about the column span, everyone? Online students, everyone, did you understand the column span? Okay. Nikita, Sai, Shri, Samini, Vinita, Anusha, Shreya, Madhu, Namrata, everyone. Samhita, Anusha, Teja. I'm trying to remember everyone names. Okay. So like this, you can give the column span. Now, okay, someone asked like what is cell spacing and cell padding? We have discussed in the last session. Can anyone tell me what is cell spacing and cell padding? Anyone from the online? You can unmute and tell me, or you can just message meanwhile. So I'll just tell, you can type and let me know also in the chat box. See, cell spacing means that is the space that you're going to give between the two cells, like from one cell and another cell. Cell padding means it is like giving the space in between the table data and the border of the cell. So what is the use of it? Just when you want more space between the cell text and the data, then you will be using the cell padding. Whenever the use is like when you want more space. Sometimes the table data will be very big, so you want to be displayed in multiple lines. Single column data you will be displaying in multiple lines. Like if you see Microsoft Excel, you will be typing some big value. When you press Alt Enter, it will come in single column, will be coming in multiple lines. So whenever you want more data to be displayed in a single cell, then you will increase the cell spacing. That's it, for more space. And more padding also, same thing, it will also increase the space only, but cell spacing will increase the space between two columns or two cells. Cell padding means it is the space between the table data and to the border of the cell. Okay, that is the difference. Now I will show you also through the example. I think that will be much clear. We will add in our example that cell spacing and cell padding also. Here column span we have given anyway. For the table tag, suppose you are mentioning here the cell spacing and cell padding also. For the th, for the id, if I'm giving here like cell spacing and equal to, you can mention like how much space you want between them, you can mention. And cell padding, you can see the difference. We'll give the space also some more so that you will be understanding. So when you're giving here, what will happen? The space, whatever you're mentioning, it will come for the only for the table heading tag. If you want for the complete table, you want to give specify this for the like complete table tag here, so that it will be understandable better. Here, if you give, it will be applied for complete table. What is the cell spacing and padding? So now I will execute this. See, you're getting more. I will reduce the size here. So I will give some 30 or something. It is coming for complete table. So it is coming very big. So I'm giving 30, 30. Now I'll go back here, run it. See, like this you will be getting. Whenever you want to more space, maybe the data is more. That is the reason you will be giving this spacing and padding. That's it. If you want for a particular column like this, you can apply for the column. If you want for the complete table, then you can apply for the complete table. Okay, like this. Is it clear? Sai Shri, is it clear? అర్థమైందా అండి? Sai Shri, is it clear? Cell spacing అందరికి అర్థమైందా అండి? Cell spacing and cell padding. Okay, good. Now we have seen the table with multiple columns like this. Okay, now to make it much better, like you want like name, you are seeing name Likita and everything. Now you want still more to be displayed, like you want name. For the name also you want the headings like first name and the last name. Here I am assuming that this is the first name and this is the last name, but for this also you want one heading, like you want for before this Likita or any name, you want one more row to be added, where for the heading you want like you want to be added here first name and last name. And here for the marks also, by seeing I cannot tell, right, this is for the max, this is for the computers, this is for the science, but it has to be visible, correct? So how to do that? Can you just try that, to add one more row and give this heading, like one more row has to be added as the heading tag. And here how it has to come, since we are spanning here for the two things, here we should be getting for one row the td tag, whatever you are writing here, you have to be displayed here like first name last name. And here you have to get it like In the columns you have to get like marks for the science, social and the math, like computers. Will you try everyone? Anyway, we are giving the values. Instead of giving this value, here in the first value place you have to get computer science and this, and again here you have to get first name last name, but one has to be started from the second one. Okay, you just try this and let me know in the tomorrow session. If not, I will tell you that. Okay, will you try everyone? Did you understand the question? You have to get the headings also as first name and last name. Everyone, will you try? Did you understand క్వశ్చన్ అర్థం కాకపోతే ఒకసారి అడగండి. ఇక్కడ మీరు అవుట్పుట్లో చూస్తే ఇక్కడ లిఖిత, అల్లాడ, సాయి, కిరణ్ అని ఉంది కదా. సో ఇది వీటికి హెడ్డింగ్స్ లేవు, జస్ట్ నేమ్ని టూ ప్లేసెస్గా డివైడ్ చేసాం. ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక రోలో కాలం రాకూడదు, ఐడి అనేది వాల్యూ రాకూడదు, బట్ నేమ్, ఫస్ట్ నేమ్ అండ్ లాస్ట్ నేమ్ అని రావాలి వీటి హెడ్డింగ్స్. అండ్ అలాగే మార్క్స్కి హెడ్డింగ్స్ కింద హెడ్డింగ్గానే రావాలి, కంప్యూటర్స్, మ్యాథ్స్ అండ్ సైన్స్, ఎనీ త్రీ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ తీసుకోండి. ఓకేనా? సో జస్ట్ ట్రై చేయండి, ఇఫ్ నాట్ ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ. ఓకే, okay, you will try. Okay, so now if you want to give in the row span, how we are going to do, we will be mentioning the row span is equal to 2 or anything you will be giving here. If you give row span, it will be divided into the two rows. Suppose here in the same page I can create one more table also. After closing this, I can create one more table also. I can write the table tag here like table. In a page you can write multiple tables, and I'm giving here border is equal to some 3, and let us close the table here, and we will be writing here in the th tag for the table heading, like I will be giving here id, and in the th tag also we will be giving name. Okay, now here instead of column span we will be giving here row span. Okay, so now the name is divided into the two rows. Now after this we will be starting with tr tag. In the tr tag, the first column, so how will be displayed first? Without adding this data, I will show you how the table is looking, then we can add the data with the row span. I'm just saving this and then go back to the browser, just run this. Okay, border spelling is wrong. So we have created like this ID and the name. Now let us add the data here for the rows. So table row is given in the 2. Now for the first row TR, we are adding for the ID as 1. Okay, and after closing this row, the row will be closed, and then let us add further in the TR TD, first column TD tag, we are writing 1. This is for the ID. Here when you are writing in the name, so how this name has to be filled with? Here we have again in the name two rows. So for the name first row, TD data you are writing here, you will be mentioning here the name as some Anjani, you are writing here. So the first column ID is 1, and in the first second one you are giving Anjani. Okay, again you have to mention in this third row. Here you will be closing with the first row and the first column here. Okay, I'll show this. See, Table is closed before, so it is not getting here. So let us close the table little later. So we are getting. Now we want the spanning with the two rows. Again, the name has to be divided into the two rows here. So here row span equal to, in double quotes, you will be giving here 2. So here name was given in the two rows. Here you want to be displaying the data. So how to add the data here? For the first, you are getting the value this one, and here also you need to add the data for the ID, name, and one more value here for the name. Here you have to add the data when you are giving the row span. So how you will be specifying here when you want to specify in the row span? Can someone tell me? Like ID value you are entering here. In the second column you are entering name. Again the third column is divided into two rows here. Correct? So what you have to mention here, for the first row, we have to close the row here. Again, we have to start with the second row, and you will be adding the data here. Whatever the row you want to add the value here. Then you will be getting here, for the third row, you will be getting here again in the third column, again you will be getting in the two values. So here when you're adding the data, this row has been divided into two. Then you can mention here one more table data here before closing this and add the data. So you will be adding data. Now how you will be getting? You will be getting the data in the three columns. Like for the first column you will be having ID, second column you will be having this, and the third column you will be having this. Hello. So like this you will be adding the data into the table for the row span. Okay, and again if you want to have 3, 4, 5, you can be mentioning here the column span in the row span with the numbers. Then it will be divided into the multiple columns and the multiple rows. The number need not be 2 or 3 like this. And also you want for the color, we have seen the background color also to be applied like BG color and everything. Okay, so you can apply the background color for this. BG color is equal to, and you can add the data for particular cell. Okay, is it clear everyone? Are you following the row span and column span? Yes, you have to mention with table row. You have to give TR so that you will be getting in separate row. Yes. So both things you have to do and tell me how you have to specify the value. Now I will give a few more examples where you have to try and do it in the tomorrow session. See, I am giving you this one. You have to create this page where you have to get this image to be aligned to the right side. Forget about this image. You just download this image HTML file from the internet and create this heading in the middle of the page, and with cell spacing and padding also you use, and here you have to display with the name, age, and salary like this. Okay, will you do this? You have to give background color complete, not for the table, for the body of the page. If you have to give the background color for the page, where you have to provide, you have to provide in the body tag. Suppose you want for this table, here we will be providing the body BG color. We will be providing for the background color and you will be giving some color. So do this background color, and also you have to download the image and align to the right. We have seen the image tag, right? So you have to align to the top, and in the center you should get the table. So if you want the table in the center, you can give the alignment to the center of the page. So you can use the align attribute and you can give the alignment as to the center. So you will be getting like this background color and center of the page. Okay, and you have to assign the image here and create this in the center. Okay, I'm just adding you one task like adding the image. Okay, so I will share the yes, I will share the document. Okay, in the last session also I have shared the document. Only today's it will be shared today. Last class document also I have shared. Did everyone receive? Last session which we have done on I think on Tuesday, I have shared the document. Didn't get? Anusha. Everyone, can you just answer me? Did you receive the documents from day one? Or only last class it is missing? Okay, day one, it is there in your Google Classrooms. It will be there. I have shared already. Once check everyone. I will also check and send it again if it is not there. But from day one, I have shared it. Okay, you have received. Yes, it will be. Once check everyone. ఒకసారి అందరు చెక్ చేయండి, నేను మళ్ళీ పంపిస్తాను. ఓకే, సో ఇవాళ సెషన్ అర్థమైందండి అందరికీ? ఒకసారి రో స్పాన్ కాలమ్ స్పాన్ ట్రై చేయండి. సో మల్టిపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ దాని మీద అసైన్మెంట్ కింద ట్రై చేయొచ్చు. సో మల్టిపుల్ వేస్లో రాయొచ్చు రో స్పాన్ కాలమ్ స్పాన్ మనం. సో ఒకసారి ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు చేస్తే మీకు డౌట్ ఉంటే రేపు ఒకసారి నేను అది మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి వీల్ గో టు ద ఫార్మ్స్ ట్యాగ్. So as I said, for the table we can add more and more styles for dotted and everything, but we will do that with the CSS, cascading style sheets. Okay, so just మనం basic HTML తో ఇంతవరకు table కి మనం we can add the styles. When we are learning CSS, we can add more and more styles. Okay, only tomorrow I will take like this online session for everyone. Again from Monday, both offline and online both will be done as earlier. ఇంతకు ముందు జరిగినట్టుగానే మండే నుంచి బోత్ ఆఫ్లైన్ వచ్చే వాళ్ళందరూ ఆఫ్లైన్ రండి, ఆన్లైన్ అటెండ్ అయ్యే వాళ్ళు ఆన్లైన్ అటెండ్ అవ్వండి, ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు. రేపు ఒక్కరోజు మాత్రం సేమ్ టైంకి సేమ్ లింక్ యూజ్ చేసి అందరూ ఆన్లైన్ అటెండ్ అవ్వండి. ఓకే, రేపు ఒక్కరోజు. ఓకేనా అండి? ఓకే, సో ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా అండి? Okay, thanks for joining everyone. We'll meet in tomorrow's session.